In industry today, a lot of people talk about the revolution in manufacturing. I'm not sure I agree that it's a revolution, but I do believe that it's an evolution. And to us, in our little company, I see an evolution that will go on forever. I don't just see it as, like a lot of people think in terms of total quality management, as just the quality of the product or it's a quick fix to something that's broken. We don't have anything that's broken here right now. We fixed a lot of things that we know we needed to do better. We've got a lot more things that we know we need to continue to improve. But if we can accomplish one thing, and one thing only, and that's to get all of our people thinking that every day they have to do their jobs just a little bit better over the long term, we'll be a continually more successful company every single day.
As a team, management and workers examined each part of their operation.
Several years ago, our market began to change. Our customers were demanding high variety, fast. Our old processes, earlier products, and sometimes our attitudes didn't allow us to service that market properly. Therefore, we began a process of reviewing everything we do. We started with the needs of the end customers, then backed into our organization and attempted to open whatever bottlenecks were in the way to better serve that marketplace.
Bernard's assembly line was improved by changing it from a primarily push system of operation to a primarily pull system, in which actual customer orders dictate the major share of production on the line. Bernard also moved from maintaining a supply of pre-cut, assembled cables for their welding guns because it was incurring unnecessarily high inventory costs. They now use a delayed, differentiated quick response system. With the new approach, the cable needed to fill each order is cut to the customer's specifications from spools of cable as needed. This lowers costs for a number of reasons. First, there is no longer the need to warehouse pre-cut lengths of cable that may or may not be used in a timely fashion. Secondly, the cable required for a specific job is always available. And thirdly, Bernard workers themselves prepare the cable for use, a task that was previously performed on contract at a higher cost.
Here at Bernard, we've been able to reduce our setups and our gun head fabrication by 65%. A good example is the head forming process that's related to our gun head fabrication. We accomplish this by building custom-built, dedicated type equipment and dedicated it to that one process. Some of the benefits that we've realized from this are cost improvements, quality improvements, as well as improvements to customer service with our ability to deliver product quicker or to respond to the variety that our customer demands. On the cost side, we no longer have to amortize setup time across large lot sizes, and we no longer have to hold as high a work in process or finished goods inventories.
About 4 times a day, production control will bring out a schedule of the guns that have been sold in the last 4 hours. And what we do then is we take that list and we transfer it to an ink board that's located out on the assembly line. Each operator that's working a Pacific station will turn around and look at the ink board and then go to a set of complete blueprints. They'll then find out which parts they need that pertains to their particular station. Their parts are stored about 3 foot behind where they're working. They'll go and pick the parts that they need, take them back to their workstation, complete the gun, and hand it over to the next operator. The best part about this is that the person who's building the gun, the operators on the line, they're the experts. They know what parts are needed to go into the product. And they're now in control of picking their own parts and monitoring the quality of it.
Our finished assembly area is one of the areas where we've tried to develop a pull system rather than a push system for moving inventory through the area. Our finished product has essentially about 3,000 different configurations custom assembled at the last minute for specific customer orders. And recognizing that this picking process took some time, we've tried to develop something that recognizes the customer need and allows us to move the material very quickly. The result of this has been a Kanban system of containers where we store a minimal amount, 2 or 3 days worth of inventory, immediately at the work centers where the employees assemble the finished product. As they empty a container of parts, these containers are forwarded to the stockroom, and that is the only trigger needed to have them filled by the stockroom and replenish the line with sufficient material to continue the process of immediately assembling and filling customer orders as the need is recognized from our order entry system.
Beyond eliminating the need for surplus on-the-line inventory, the use of containerization also provides an effective checks and balance system for quality control, guarding against mistakes associated with using wrong parts or incorrect quantities of materials.
Looking back over the last almost 3 years now of our involvement in the total quality management process, which to us is the process of continuous change and improving our manufacturing processes with the customer in mind. We've taken our people through some very basic thinking processes to try to get them to feel more comfortable, one, making decisions, two, communicating to their fellow employees, whether they be up the line or down the line or across the line, however you want to look at it. We tried to focus our people on their internal customers in the manufacturing process. We've tried to focus everything that we do and try to measure it on how it will be seen by our customers. The way I think that you can truly measure that is not in the short term, it's in the long term. And frankly, it really has to be measured by whether or not your customers are coming back and buying your product again and again and again. Is the quality of the product there? Well, if it is, they'll be satisfied with that. Is the support of your product there? If it is, they'll be satisfied with that. Is your product competitively priced, or are you providing so many extra benefits and features that they're willing to pay a premium price? You've got to decide in your business exactly where you want to fit.